Growing up as a young, teary-eyed, stupid kid, I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. And when that dream died, I moved on to my next 5 options. Hop, skip, and a jump, here I am now making videos on the internet. You know, it always fascinated me how in this online space you can truly reinvent yourself to be anything you want to be. Create a whole new persona for yourself and live vicariously through this new world you've opened up, and ask yourself life's age-old questions such as,
what is my purpose? Why am I here? And who cares?
You know, the absence of a predefined role is actually an invitation to create your own. And today, I have chosen the inventor's path because I figured out to reinvent, you have to invent first in order to do that shit again. And I haven't invented anything. And after thorough research on LinkedIn, I can confirm that you can't just sign up to be an inventor. True inventors invent themselves. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and get ready to have your mind completely blown
as we present to you
the zebra coffin. I'll say it again, the zebra.
Before we start, I just want to acknowledge the fact that this is the second time I've made a video about coffins in some shape or form. I just want to let you know I'm okay. I'm okay.
You know those people who say that they don't want anyone to be sad at their funeral? Like they want everyone to just be like excited and giddy, jumping around, being happy and, you know, partying. They want their entire service to be a celebration of their life. And for those people, I say, bet. Let me introduce you to the zebra coffin. Now, this is an item truly made for those who live an eccentric life. You know, your standard coffin can look boring, basic, and bland as hell. And they say that coffins come in all shapes and sizes and colors, but 9 times out of 10, it's the exact same rectangular, hexagonal, or trapezoidal shape. And some people don't want to be remembered as a geometric shape whenever they die. And those people deserve another option too. And so I thought it would be a fun idea to have your coffin be a 1-to-1 replica of an actual zebra just standing in the middle of your funeral service that you could like, I don't know, like pet or like put like Mardi Gras beads on it. No, it's not gonna look like one of those 2-person Party City costumes. No, it'll not be a wooden box made to look like a Trojan horse. This coffin looks like a fucking zebra. Completely indistinguishable from its equid counterpart. You could run your hand across this bitch and you could feel its soft and warm velvety skin under countless soft and dense hair follicles. You know, the zebra is a symbol of respect. It's a respect thing and a way to connect yourself with nature, or just feel like a zebra sometimes. And there's a lot to customize about it. You can fill up the inside with your cremated ashes, or just kind of be like chopped up into bits and like shoved around to fill the mold inside. And the best part of the concept is the actual burial process, which you can choose your flavor of zebra-shaped hole. You can be buried vertically so you can stand up underground for eternity, and eventually when you get to heaven or hell, you can be in that perfect sprint position so you can just frolic into your heart's content. Or you can be laid down perfectly flat, and so when people come to see you, they get to witness this perfect zebra-shaped hole in the ground and think to themselves, they lived and died the exact same way that they wanted. A zebra. Or, and this is just right off the dome, you can have someone just like place your body in like random places just to surprise or scare people. Put them in Tom's kitchen or wherever Tom goes to hike. Imagine climbing Mount Everest and the first thing you see is a fucking zebra. And this is only the beginning. Down the line, I would want to go full zoo pals and create an entire roster of animals you could be for the rest of eternity. I'm talking rhino, peacock, colossal squid, Jared Leto. Caskets today are so incredibly expensive. They can range sometimes to $5,000 to $1 million. And would the zebra coffin be that expensive? Yes, it's a luxury item. If you want to be buried as a freaking zebra, you gotta be able to dish out the dough, because there's only one certainty in life. Tuesday comes after Monday. And also you're gonna die someday. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you wanna go out as a zebra. Shark Tank people, feel free to contact me. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that I drew a zebra for this? I've never drawn this animal in my life. That's pretty good. Anyway, I think I'm done. Scammers have always been a huge problem, and in the big 2025, it seems like it's a more pressing issue than ever. It's happening constantly. It's such a consistent and frustrating issue that appears both in person and online, from phishing emails to convincing phone calls. And with the rise of AI, it just seems like this never-ending boogeyman that's always just like out to get you. But I think I came up with a great idea that will significantly decrease the amount of scammers in the world. Now, before I start, I just want to say that I'm going to really stretch the word invention here, just because there's like some supernatural barriers that have to already exist for this to kind of like make sense and to be real. So let's just suspend disbelief for a second and appreciate the concept. Essentially, this would be a subscription service that you could sign up to, powered by ghosts or like spirits or something. You can sign up to it like cable or like Wi-Fi or like a subscription service. And what you would get out of it is a sigil mark that would probably look like this, that would completely ward off scammers completely. Companies could sign up for this. Your mom could sign up for this. Literally anyone can get this. And this can be like a physical, a digital, or like a spiritual mark. Hell, you can even have it right here, like a goddamn Care Bear. This would create an active shield around you that would automatically detect when you're about to be scammed by doing a soul read of the scammer's true intent. Doesn't matter whether they approach you online or in person, this thing will get them 100% of the time. And then before they can successfully pull the scam off, they kind of just get like blipped out of reality for a second and get sent to this vacuous and vast, just white, just empty space, kind of like they stepped into the hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball Z. And it looks a little something. Welcome to the diagram. So this is what the space would look like that they would get teleported to. This is our scammer, and this is the white void realm. Just imagine that it's huge and just ever expanding and just goes on for miles and miles and miles. Unfortunately, they don't make paper that stretches that far. Essentially, this person would be stuck in this place with absolutely nothing to do for exactly 1 year per person that they scam. Let's say our scammer here sent out a phishing email and tried to scam 1,000 people. He sent the email to 1,000 people at the exact same time, and 500 of those people were sigil owners of this guy right there. That means that this person, per the rule, has to spend 500 years in this place. And since the sigil is super awesome and cool, it detects this immediately and makes sure that the scam attempt fails and all 1,000 people are safe. If you have one sigil owner out of an attempt of 1,000, it nullifies the entire attempt. In this realm, there is absolutely nothing to do. You can walk around and nothing really will happen, but the entire time you feel the effects of hunger and thirst the entire time. Not to the point of starvation, and not to the point to where you feel like super duper like deeply dehydrated. It's just like this continuously uneasy, unnerving, I am a little peckish, I could eat something, or oh, I am just a little thirsty, I feel like a glass of water could be good right now. But you feel that forever. And also it's good to say that you won't die in this place. However, in the distance, there will be one single cheeseburger that is always off in the distance somewhere, which you can walk to, but you'll notice whenever you try to walk to it, it always seems just a little bit farther away than you expected. Not only are you stuck in an environment with hunger and thirst, you are stuck in an environment with the unattainable cheeseburger. Also, there's no sound, like at all. If you try to scream or like yell or talk, you can physically feel yourself doing those things, but nothing will come out at all. Or if you try to like bang on the ground, you can physically feel it, but once again, you won't be able to hear anything. Except just one time you'll be able to hear someone perfectly yell your name, just one time, but then never again, leaving you in this state of, did I just hear that? And then eventually when you get sent back to reality, you get teleported 5 miles exactly from where you once were. And then for added measure, like a ghost will throw like a cream pie at your face, just so whenever you do like this walk back or this Uber back, you really have a lot of time to contemplate what you did. I truly believe that this is an invention that would improve society because it's about prevention and it's about protection. If this was a thing that just like naturally existed, I feel like scammers just would stop, because like the risk to reward ratio would just be so unbelievably skewed. Individuals would be protected from financial loss, emotional distress. Imagine a world where you have no fear from an unknown email or an unknown phone number. It sounds great. Now just to rapid fire a couple of questions. What if someone tries to purposely abuse the system, aka they are a scammer and they want to use this thing to help do scams? I'm gonna pull the My House, My Rules card. That just simply wouldn't happen. The sigil would do an auto-detect soul read and notice the malicious intent way down the line and just blip them to the place just from the jump. Question number 2, what if you have the sigil and you accidentally scam someone? The sigil does a soul read, so it would detect that you genuinely didn't mean to scam, it just kind of happened. So let's just say you asked somebody for 20 bucks and then you genuinely forgot to pay them. But you knew you were going to pay them back, but you just forgot. You wouldn't get blipped for that. But if you asked someone for 20 bucks and you knew down deep in your soul that you were never gonna repay that back, you're getting blipped. Also, if someone tricks you into scamming somebody, they get sent to the place, not you. All in all, it's the ultimate deterrent, ensuring those who seek to exploit others face an unimaginable personal price, leading to a safer and more trustworthy world for us all. Ghosts, feel free to reach out to me. We can get this thing going. And otherwise, Hello, I'm back. Same location, different clothes. So this time around, I'm pitching an idea that I actually believe will change the world. More so, it's an idea that would successfully create world peace. And it's an idea that I've been holding in for a really long time. And I think it's finally time to bring it to light because I truly believe that this will Hello?
Hey, I'm editing a video right now and I'm trying to find the right music and sound effects, but it's just like kicking my butt. Where do you get your music?
Oh, dude, it's Epidemic Sound.
It's the best soundtracking platform for any creator, hands down. Not only when finding great music, but also when building the perfect sound for your story. Their catalog is absolutely insane, jam-packed with over 50,000 premium tracks, 200,000 sound effects, all made by real artists who update it constantly. And it's restriction-free, so that means you don't have to worry about copyright claims whenever you make your content. And it's incredibly flexible. Not only can you search by genre or mood, if you find a song that you like, there's a search by similar button that you can click to find songs instantly like it. Heck, you can even copy and paste a Spotify link to find similar songs too. And for more control, you can break down any track into stems and then just download the specific parts you want. Getting the right sound is crucial for shaping your story soundscape by highlighting key moments. And personally, I've been getting a lot of mileage out of using this one feature that allows me to adjust a track's length to perfectly fit the exact duration in just a couple of clicks. It's a complete game changer.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah, and if you want to give it a try, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial using the link in the description below.
Absolute game changer, dude. Thanks.
No problem. And thank you to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. Where did that go? I just want to acknowledge that a couple of my past pitches have been a little bit silly in some shape or form. I just want to dial things back just a little bit because this is an idea that I've honestly had for a really, really long time. Currently, it's still a concept, but I think I have gathered my thoughts together about it in a good enough way that I could present it to you, and then you guys can let me know it's a good idea or it's not a good idea. So if that sounds good, let's just jump right. Essentially, my idea centers around finding a new and efficient way to heat up food that doesn't rely on conduction, induction, or convection heating. The main thing between all of those things is that I'm trying to bridge the barrier between heating something and then the food, though it can be effective and it does have its really good pros. Like, I'm a proud owner of a Ninja air fryer. Love that thing. It's amazing. Sometimes it can dry out the food and sometimes it heats a little unevenly. And it all centers around this idea of heating everything externally and then the food. The heat hits the pan hits the food. Or the heat heats up the air heats up the food. But it always goes from the outside to the inside. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be more efficient if we could heat up food directly from the inside to the outside, surpassing all of those barriers? Most of the food that we consume contains sugar or fat, and more importantly, water. And I thought to myself, what if there was a way that you could agitate the water molecules inside of the food specifically and get them going, creating friction inside of the food? And what does friction bring us?
heat. And there's a lot of water inside of food, so if there's a lot of internal friction happening with inside the food, it would heat up the food almost instantaneously. Pretty cool. And now we get to the core of the invention. So essentially what we would need is a vacuum tube made out of a really well-conducting metal, so I just chose copper. And then on the inside there would be a cathode with a tungsten center, and then a filament around it that's made out of thorium. Tungsten does well under really, really high heat, and this thorium filament would be here because thorium stores a lot of electrons, and that's very important for something that I'm going to show you later. Also, this part right here, this isn't a fan. Imagine that this edge is like flush with like the actual tube. This is more so just to show that it would have these cavities just all throughout it that will make more sense later. So we would heat up the cathode, and that would cause the electrons within the thorium filament to move around, right? And they would be expelled in this vacuum, moving all over the place with absolutely no uniformity. But that's where our next thing, there would be magnets on each side of this thing, okay? And that would create a magnetic field for the electrons inside, causing the electrons to move in a circular, vortexing kind of motion rather than just being kind of shot out all willy-nilly. Since they are trapped inside of this vacuum and there are cavities, as it would move around, the cavities would create resonance inside it, converting that into a wave frequency that we can use to heat our food. And then we would attach our resonance maker on the side of our machine and have it flow in through maybe like a vent here. And then what would happen is that the frequencies emitted would traverse throughout the inside of our container and bounce all around, and this would heat up the food. However, there is an issue, and that's the fact that when we have these waves going through, there's natural high points and natural low points that would happen. And if you're just a piece of food sitting in here, these things are just going to be going like this the entire time. And so there's a chance that you can either get stuck at a low point or you can get stuck at a high point based on the positioning of the food in here. So a way to fix that would be to rotate the food so that it hits all of those high and low points, making sure that all the water molecules that are in here are hitting each one of those frequencies. What about the excess resonance that would be bouncing all around in this thing? How do you stop it from leaving? So I was thinking maybe like a mesh door almost right here. So you could open it up, put the food in there, close it, and then you can have this mesh shield in the front that would stop the frequencies from leaving the container. Then I was thinking that you probably need a way to time how long your food is going to be in here, just so you don't heat it too much or you don't heat it well enough. So you can type in literally anything that you want, boing, 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 start, and then get this guy going, and then bada bing, bada boom, open that sucker up. Your food's done, heated up and done in a very relatively quick manner. And I was also thinking, so if this thing were to catch on, there would probably be certain foods that people would already know how to make in here and want to make it really quickly. And so I think if we had pre-programmed buttons for all of the things that people would want to cook inside of this thing, it would make it even faster. This is the core of the idea. Food scientists, feel free to reach out to me, because I think we got a banger on our hands right here. Also, people in the comments down below, just let me know what you think about this, because I really think we got something here.
Before we start, I just want to say, don't do this. You'll see why. So someone very close to me had their car stolen a while back. For anyone who knows someone who has had their car stolen or who has had their car stolen, you know that gut-wrenching, just all is lost, just hopeless feeling. It's just indescribable. The entire weight of the world just seems to crumble on top of you once you hear that news. Just such a devastating thing. Car theft is a thing that I really don't think is ever going to go away. As long as there are cars, people are going to try to steal them. And I think that really goes with about anything, really. As long as it exists, someone's gonna try to do it. But still, it's annoying. It's really, really annoying. There's ways to trip GPS trackers. There's ways to get rid of all these other security things. You can hotwire the car. There's always gonna be some weird trick or a new thing that people are going to do in order to steal a car. And so I wanted to try to come up with a way that would be almost the ultimate deterrent, that if this thing existed, most people who would want to steal a car would just opt to not do it. There would need to be a device that is installed within a car
that maybe is in like a 4 quadrants thing from the internals inside of the car. Once you're inside, you have to deactivate this device before you hit start on your engine or turn the car on, and that prevents the car from exploding while you're making your getaway. So essentially the car would have just a little bit of an explosive inside of it, not a lot, but just enough to blow up the car and the person inside. And the name for this thing would be the Critical Automotive Rejector based on malicious breach. Or by its other name, it would be called the Carb OMB. It's a device built flesh into the car that you wouldn't be able to see from an untrained eye or from a regular trained eye. It just looks like a car on the inside and the outside. And the way you would deactivate the Carb OMB, there would be certain sequences that you could do inside of the car, like maybe you could have a programmable sequence that like you turn the radio on and off 5 times, or you put your seatbelt on 5 times, or you open up the door 5 times. One thing that I would opt to do is have the programmable sequence inside of the overhead lights, because I think from a very young age, I know people from my generation have been traumatized by their parents into believing that if they turn on those lights, something bad's gonna happen. So even us as adults, we never really touch those lights anyway. Likewise, I feel like a lot of car thieves would do the exact same thing. I really doubt that they would turn on that light, let alone 5 times. Let's just say a thief gets into your car, steals your key or hot wires it, and takes this car on a joyride, or takes this car to go sell it for parts. How would the Carb OMB actually stop them? So it would allow them to breach the vehicle fair and square. But once it notices the malicious breach, it locks all of the doors and all the windows on the outside. I guess on the inside, because they're sitting inside the car. And while they're making their drive, camera sensors around the car would notice the surroundings and find a really nice spot to pull over in kind of like this autopilot kind of thing. And once the car has successfully pulled over, a nano shield made out of tungsten would surround the car, and then the Carb OMB would initiate its rejection sequence and then just like inside the car, getting rid of the car thief entirely. It's safe and secure, and the explosion only happens in that tungsten shield, making sure that everyone is safe around it. Now, what if the person who owns the car that has this device in it forgets to put in the code before they drive it? It still happens anyway. The car would explode. This is a highly secure thing. If you want to have this thing in your car, you got to know the risks and you got to run with the risks. The car is only being driven by you and you only. You can have people inside the car, but you have to know that there is a dangerous thing that's inside of this thing. This would be an insured invention. There would be a way to accurately detect whether or not someone actually stole your car and it exploded, or someone turned on your car and it exploded, or if you turned on the car and it exploded. And all of those have different ramifications. Obviously, if you tried to explode your own car for some insurance exploit, it wouldn't work. And if somebody explodes your car, you would get money back and a new car. And it would be this whole really strict, foolproof plan, and it would just work. It would just work really awesome, and it would just work. But I feel like if this was a commonplace security item, it would deter a lot of car thieves from stealing any car, because they would always run that 75-25% risk that, is this car a regular car, or is this the Carb OMB? Car scientists, feel free to reach out to me. And
What if they just tow the car?
what?
If it's only activated on the inside, what's stopping people from just towing the car and just selling it? Maybe the car does like a soul read.
Hey, Michael. What's wrong?
I'm sad. And I'm disappointed. I just feel like a complete failure.
You're not a failure. You're being way too hard on yourself.
Like, how am I supposed to reinvent myself if I can't even come up with any good ideas?
But you do come up with good ideas, Michael. Like I found your notebook. Good stuff, man.
That was you?
Oh yeah, I just snatched that one. Idea was too good for humanity to have.
I don't know, I just feel like I'm not good enough.
You are good enough. People make mistakes, and Not every idea is going to be completely fleshed out, and that's okay. Maybe reinventing yourself shouldn't be the biggest priority, because the best invention was right here all along.
Huh. You know what, I think you're right. Maybe I don't have to reinvent myself. Maybe I don't have to force myself to be something that I'm not. Because what's really important is to try and to see where my strengths and my weaknesses lie, and then move forward from there.
Bingo, you got it.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know what? You really did something there. Thank you.
May 24th, 2043.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, thank you, I guess. And thank you to the viewers watching this video right now. Hopefully you had a laugh, maybe some of you cried. The name of the game here is just to enjoy ourselves and have fun and just get a little wacky. So let me know in the comments down below which invention idea you enjoyed. And if you have any wacky invention ideas, drop those in the comments down below. I would love to read them. You guys are far more funny and far more creative than I could ever be. So please do that. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. We're still trying to hit 100,000 subscribers so we can get that Markiplier collab. I'm still riding this, so let's bump those numbers up, okay? So let's do it. Special shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. Look at these wacky guys. If you want to be just like them and support me and this channel, head on over. I truly would appreciate it. Thanks again to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring me. That 30-day trial link is in the description below. They didn't even ask me to do this. I just really like Epidemic Sound, so take advantage of that 30-day free trial. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, bye.